Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, we want to start in a daily time frame. I don't want to spend too much time on here, but I wanted to take the opportunity to remind you of the, especially here, the white scenario on the daily chart, right? The main question at the moment is if this white scenario is playing out on the daily time frame, which means we're dealing with an A, B, C structure in a larger wave 4, and the B wave is possibly still unfolding, right? Or is the entire wave 4 completing in the current price region after it started already a little earlier? Orange, there's no evidence as such for orange at the moment. I've been watching for upside reversal signals and possibly even more bullish outcomes, but the price is following perfectly at the moment the white scenario, also on the smaller time frame. So there is no there's no confirmation for an early bottom at the moment, but we can take a look at that on the smaller time frame. What I wanted to actually share with you here on the daily chart is that what I'm tracking at the moment, as you know, is this ABC structure, especially on the smaller time frame. And it is possible the B wave topped already. I mean, looking at resistance levels, we've reached already the 50% retracement, yeah? There was some Fibonacci confluence, which is why I shared with you already in the last few days that kind of 99,700 to 99,950 range. It was the 100% extension on the smaller time frame I've been tracking over the last few days as an ideal target for that move up, for that bounce we've seen now over the holiday period. And that was a clear target mentioned in the last few days. That's been reached yesterday. And here on the daily chart, you see that was the 50% retracement. So it's not much of a surprise that we get a rejection there. Yeah. The minimum requirements for this move to the upside have been reached. But the question is this all of wave B? Or do we get a wider wave B? And therefore, Bitcoin has now arrived at a key juncture, because the development now could be really I mean, the development we probably will see over the next few days could lay the foundation for how the next weeks are going to shape up, because it could be that from here now we're forming a larger B wave, which can take a while to form. And maybe that will turn into something more bullish, but there's no evidence for it. So we could then turn to the downside, or this B wave might have topped already and we're now moving down more directly, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? So the question is, do we get this wider corrective rally before we go down, or do we go down more directly? Is something more bullish possible? Of course, it could go up directly, but there's at the moment no evidence for it. Okay, there's just no evidence for it, and I would need to see that first to consider that all of wave 4 has already bottomed. Okay, that's only a potential at the moment. There's nothing in the chart that would confirm that. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. And this is the blue target zone that I communicated over the last few days, right, for this white C wave in white wave B. The 100% extension was reached yesterday. I mentioned that the minimum requirements for this move to the upside are now fulfilled. Yeah, further upside extensions always possible, but obviously, with the 5-wave move up formed that we saw, 1, 2, 3, 4th wave possibly as triangle, and then 5th, even though it wasn't ideal. I mean, it could have, based on the microstructure, still stretched a little higher, but it reached the 100% extension, and that is further evidence that this was just a corrective rally. Now, the main question is now, have we actually topped there in wave B now, and we're going down now, like this? Or is it going to find some kind of support here in this region? Both absolutely plausible interpretations. In both wave counts, we are likely dealing with a correction of sorts, yeah? And probably this 4th wave that we just, looked at on the larger time frame. So from here, this is now, the price is now, let's say the price has reached target, and we've now fallen back into support. I mean, that's a newly added support area based on, okay, do we get a wider wave B? I already shared that wave count with you yesterday. I wanted to highlight yesterday already that, okay, if we after this top form that corrective pullback, it could just be a B wave and we go up higher and then go down. But it's entirely possible we go down more directly. But even then, we would like to see like a 1-2 setup, which means followed by an impulsive decline, a corrective rally in wave 2, and then we should, over the coming sessions, see this decline unfold, yeah? Which is why we are now at this critical point, because here, the bulls and the bears have to decide whether we form a larger B wave or not. And the move down looks impulsive, but it's not a 5-wave move down yet, as far as I can tell. It might shape up as one, but then this could just be the A wave of wave B. But that said, it's already quite deep for an A wave. So I'd like to see it react here, start wave B, and then move down and see if this is turning into the yellow count. But yeah, that's, I mean, these are now support levels to watch. I can actually already remove the upper section. It's probably not going to react here to the 50% retracement as it seems. So rather keep the chart clean. So next support is at 95,100, 93,820, and 93,050. Okay, so I've mentioned over the last few days, this is corrective price action to the upside. We would need 5 waves up to confirm something more bullish, but we didn't get there. So yeah, I think for today, next couple of sessions, this support area has to be observed, and especially the reaction to support, because if it's a corrective rally, it's likely going to be the wave 2, I would say. Maybe even a B wave, but you know, either way, if it's a corrective rally, we should go down. And if it's an impulsive rally, it might turn into that larger B wave. But again, this decline looks quite impulsive, much more impulsive than this move down looked like. So it starts to look a little bit like the white wave 1, but that is exactly what we need to be observing today. Either way, let's remove that blue zone, because that's not relevant anymore. What is now relevant is if we go up now from here, okay, then I will add a resistance area that we can watch. This resistance area between 97,000 and 98,900 is going to be relevant resistance for white wave 2. A break above 98,900 would strongly shift probabilities towards the yellow count. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.